even know you're doing this to us.
I know.
I'm loaded.
I'm with you.
We're out here ranking you.
Well, if you were with us earlier, I guess I should say howdy, folks. Welcome to the Hillbilly Kitchen. If you were with us earlier, you saw that we got another house, or another camper that's going to be delivered tomorrow. And I'm in Mountain City now. I brought up a bunch of stuff that y'all had sent, especially a lot of the stuff Miss Cynthia had sent and got that delivered to people. But I'm here with Kim and Stella. Kim has the 3 granddaughters, and she got the first camper that we brought up. And Miss Stella is the Banana Baby's grandma, and I have Bill here with me, and he's kind of Dwayne's right-hand man, and he knows all about what's going on. So I thought we'd chat with them a little bit while I was here in a quiet place, and they can kind of tell you what's going on up here. Hey, it turned around. How about that? Hey, that's Stella. Say hi, Stella.
Hi, I'm
And-
the Banana Baby's mama. Nice to meet you.
Kim.
Hi, good to see everybody.
And this is Bill.
Yes, and just God bless everybody that's been helping us, because we've had a lot of help. So.
Yeah. And Bill has told me you're up to 220 homes now.
Yeah, that's what we've looked at. I think we've completed 52 of that. But
Wow.
I just got 38 more yesterday that had not been turned in. So, you know, we go one step forward, 2 steps back, but we just keep bumping along, and we keep finding places, and you know, Hillbilly Kitchens has really helped finding us places, and that's what it's all about.
Yeah. Bill's going to get the camper tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Yeah, right before the snowstorm hits.
So we've been doing really well about getting people back and out of places that they shouldn't be staying in.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of health issues and other things that are going on. So, so far we've gotten, 10?
I don't know. I've lost count too. I don't know. One of the things we're going to do, I'm coming up next week. There's going to be a meeting up here, and I'm going to go to that. And then Jeff and I are going to go around to all of the campers that the Hillbilly Kitchen has purchased and donated and stuff. So we're gonna get a complete list of them next week, because we've all lost count.
You'll run into a lot of really happy people. So,
Yeah, and hopefully we'll get to meet everybody, because we still haven't met everybody. We don't even know the name of the family this one's going to tomorrow.
Right. So anyway, I don't either, but I'll
That's-
just go get them and make sure they get delivered. So.
Yeah. The delivery driver, but he's a whole lot more than that. If you want to know what's going on, you talk to Bill, and if you want to know who's who in the county, you talk to
Well,
Bill.
there's also a video
Yeah.
through John Govia, and it's on YouTube. So, I mean, it kind of explains from the beginning, from tearing down buildings all the way to fixing springs and culverts and cutting trees, and then we went straight into rebuild. So,
Okay.
and so far, I think we've got 55 people back in their homes. So
Wow.
that's a little improvement than what we had. But
Yeah.
that was before Christmas. So.
What's needed most?
Oh, man. Probably equipment operator or bringing equipment in. We still got a few bridges and a few roads and driveways. We just had one that the husband and the wife both had cancer. So they couldn't get in or get out to do chemo treatments. So I'm trying to get somebody over here to fix her driveway so she can get in and out. Probably the biggest need, definitely volunteers, because I've got all skill model jobs. I've got ones that are just complete gut outs, and they can be rebuilt from the floor all the way to the ceiling. And then I have other ones that are just minor stuff that can be repaired maybe in 2 or 3 days. And then I have other ones that maybe only take a day. So,
Okay. So we definitely need volunteers, and I'm gonna be up here most of the month next month, and I'm looking for people to come up here and help out too. So I'm bringing my turtle shell up, and I'm gonna be up here working. So if there's other people that wanna come up, and y'all have like places to put people up. You don't have to have a camper now to come
No,
help.
Everybody's taken care of.
yeah, there's-
We have plenty of room in the church, there's plenty of food, everybody gets fed. And then everybody gets together and kind of, you know, I call it defrag. They come in and they see so much that when they come back, all they want to do is talk about So
Yeah.
we give them opportunities to sit down around a round table and talk about what they've seen, what they've done. And that
Break some
helps them
bread
pray.
and, yeah,
And I
break
mean,
some
we do
bread
a
and
lot of
talk,
praying
yeah.
and all this. So, my first initial reaction is to go and pray with the people. And then from there, it just leads to,
Mm-hmm.
how can I help you? What can I put in? What do you need next? So, and that's where we go. So,
We've got some people asking some questions, and I'm kind of backing up here so you see Bill's notebook there with all of the names in it. But the church is First Christian Church in Mountain City, and people are asking for some footage. We have a lot of footage. There are other videos on YouTube. Alex, can you post some links in the description of this to our other videos? And I'll end card some of them, but I can't put the end cards on here. Thank you, Red, for that. We appreciate that, and we'll put it to good use. He said, Red gave us $5 for donuts. He said, get some donuts. We'll do that, Red. But we'll put that to good use. But I'll put some end cards in this as soon as I'm able to, that will have some other footage on it. And Alex is going to add some in the description for us. She's on here listening at home. We definitely need volunteers, and all the contact information for First Christian Church is in here, phone numbers, stuff like that. And I know Bill's given out his phone number several times if you want to do that again.
oh, it's 229-310-0567.
Yep, and you can call Bill if you want to get on the list to help or find out where to come help. And this is one of those places where you're not going to get turned away if you want to come help. It don't matter what your skill level is. It don't matter, how much you can do. Oh, and the meeting I'm coming to up here next week, I'll go ahead and show this to y'all. It is a lunch, and they're calling it the launch, but you heard there's already been over 50 homes completed. But that is up here next Tuesday. And they are having a meeting here at the church tomorrow for people who need help. So if you're in the area and you're watching this and you still need help, come to the church tomorrow to the luncheon. It's 11 to 2, I think is what Dwayne said. There's information about it on the church's website. You heard Bill, need equipment, need volunteers, and of course need money. And there is at the jctnrecovery@gmail and the ashmctn@gmail.com. You can email them at those addresses too. And I think there's an official site where you can donate money now. Do you remember what that is? Because she told me that donations could go there.
I'm not sure on it, but I can give you a phone number, and they've been picking up. It's
The
423-727-9151.
Okay.
That's the church office, and they'll sign you
Yeah.
up how many's coming in a group. They need kind of heads up, and then it helps me if I know what they can do. So I already have jobs lined up for that group.
Yeah. And you can also, of course, continue to send money to us. And we're not a 501c3, but we're not taking anything whatsoever out of the money that's sent to us. And we've lost count of campers. I don't know how many we bought now. And we've been helping with needs as needs come up. And Stella has a brand new need today because there was just another flood up here. And she doesn't have water now. So the money that you send goes directly to help people, whether it's buying campers or rebuilding houses or whatever it is. There was, yes, somebody needs to make us some coffee over there. No, but any money you send us, it's not 501c3, and the church is a 501c3, so you can do that. And you can also donate building materials. We're looking for people to donate appliances. We're looking for people to donate furniture, things like that. And I might as well go ahead and tell England Furniture, if there's somebody on there watching, I'm getting ready to come knock on your door next week. And if you work at England Furniture, you can let them know if you're watching this. The Hillbilly Kitchen's getting ready to come visit them. But anyway, maybe if I kind of call them out, that'll either slam the door in my face before I get there or seat at one. But we've had a lot of floods in this area this week, and Stella now has no water again. And they're going to try and get that water line fixed for her. But in the meantime, we're going to make sure she goes home with some water.
I'm desperate. I desperately need some water. The baby, you'll see me trying to shampoo her with a little pan of water. And I lathered it, and she's going off on me now. I've got her pinned down in a high chair, clamped in.
Oh, my goodness.
Because she lets milk get on her.
Yeah.
You know, babies ain't that messy. But I got her hair clean. It was sticking up, though. We looked like nasty bums. You know, we can't even take a bath. We're using a little pan.
Oh,
And
goodness.
I walk outside and use a bucket and put the creek to get water to flush the commodes. And dummy me left it sitting on the back porch.
And it froze solid.
And it froze. I went to get some water to flush that commode. I could cry. It was froze solid. So I'm using right now. I'm using water from the creek, but the water line just come apart. And the guy I get my water from.
Yeah, there's like a community well that she gets water from.
Yes.
And
he said, he's real old now. He's elder, and he said that it would be days before if he could even fix it at all. And in the meantime, it's me and my neighbors. They're elderly. They're 78. I mean, both of them's old. And it's just me and them because they had to turn the pump off where the line come apart. So
you want to join us, Miss
we're
Beth?
hope to get some water
Huh?
real soon. But I just
okay.
want to thank everybody out there for your prayers. That's what's pulled me through from shelter up to now. And Becky was right there from the shelter. Thank God. The baby didn't even have shoes, clothes. So she's been right there for us. It's just happening. All you people out there, I can't thank you enough. Thank you's a word.
Well,
And-
I mean,
but I pray for everybody that's gave us their prayers, took time to listen, and for sending things that you'll send. It's a blessing. I really thank you, Val, and I thank you, Becky, too.
well,
You're my little
God
angel.
just sent me here. I mean, it wasn't. I told people I was, I did the live stream about the storm right after it happened, and I said, we're going. I know y'all are watching this, and I know you want to help too. I don't know where we're going, but we're going somewhere. And I called, and I was telling Pastor Dwayne here a couple of weeks ago that the local ministry leader at the church that I've been going to for a couple of years with my granddaughter, he's still praying about it, and he's going to call me back, and I'm not going to. And Dwayne said, tell him to keep it up because it's working. but I couldn't get anybody to call me back, and I called, I even called news channels trying to find out where to go, and nobody called me back. But when you call somebody and you tell them, I got a YouTube channel and I got this many subscribers, they tell you to tell your doctor you might need some more meds, but it don't sound believable. And Miss Kim, she's been through a lot, but she looks less burdened today, doesn't she, y'all? She got some good news that was mixed with some very bad news, but her mother passed around New Year's. But she did find out that they are not going to lose her mother's house that her mother has paid on for 25 years. Yes, they are going to be able to keep her mother's house, and her granddaughters are living in her mother's house now. So praise the Lord, they are not going to lose that, and they have a home again.
I'm so excited. Yes, it's great to have a home again. We're doing little things, we painted it, and just trying to make it more home for the girls, and them having their own space are excited, and we're just all excited to be able to have a good shower and be clean.
Oh, man, tell me.
Clean, and not having to go to laundromat and
Yeah.
all those things is so wonderful.
The laundromat, the dreaded laundromat.
Oh, it's so expensive.
I know.
It's
I've got a
terribly
hamper full of clothes from the baby right there that day's laundry.
Yes, but I'm so thankful for everybody and all of your help. And please keep the prayers coming because I sure need lots of those too. It's not, we're in the house, but we're still on
Yeah.
the edge a little bit with the storms that came in the other night. All of us were piled up in the same bed. Everybody was afraid, you know. It's like, if it rains,
Reliving it.
you're just reliving it all
Yeah.
over, and the winds and the blowing, and so it's just like you're scared that you're just on edge of every passing storm, and we have another storm coming in tomorrow. So
Yeah, I'm like, I met everybody at the church today. Normally I ride around and pass stuff out, and I was like, y'all got to come to the church and meet me because I got to get home before it storms. and poor Bill's going to run down in the morning and try to get that camper every time
We're
it
gonna beat
snows.
the storm. The Lord looks after us in everything we do.
Yeah, he does. And I mean, just driving back and forth up here, I bet you I could sit here, and if I thought real hard, probably put 50 times on the table that I've come that close, when I was driving down the road to something happening.
Yes, it's
And
dangerous.
even this morning on my road, I hit ice like 3 times and then ran off the side of the road once because I was distracted. And so if y'all live on my road, watch out.
And I just want to say one more thing to Becky. When you come to my home, the first time you come to my home, and you brought things, clothing and blankets for me, you put off a glow. And she does.
She does.
She's a very spiritual Christian lady,
Uh-huh.
and it shows. It was a glow. It was like I had my own little angel that's going to help me.
Yeah.
And that was special to
The
me.
comfort.
That gave me chill bumps when I look at her. But she's done so much, so.
I
just want
appreciate
you
it,
to know
but
she's working her honey enough.
yes.
I'm just another sinner saved by grace.
We
And
all
what
are.
you see
We
is
all are.
my Lord in me, not me. Because you probably wouldn't even want to talk to me if you saw me. You're seeing him.
Honey, God's good all the time.
Yeah.
All
That's
the
good.
time. When you ain't got nobody, you got him.
Yep.
And that's what made me hang on. I've read my Bible.
I think I'm at 8,300 miles just in Johnson County alone since the storm hit. I don't know how far that is to California and back again, but.
Well, I drove 12,000 to Alaska this year with my dad, so it's pretty far.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, and that's just in this county, so you
Yeah.
just think about and outside of this has been hit too, and
Right.
now we're hearing from Kentucky again,
Oh,
so.
yeah, Kentucky, that's where
They
I
just got
was
hit.
raised.
Yeah.
And I was asking somebody about my dad's house that passed away, and the flood is that bad up through there.
Yeah, they're still recovering from a flood. It was like 4 years ago,
4
I
years
think.
ago.
Yeah.
Yes.
And the lady that I bought the camper from today, she was in Morristown, her whole family moved to Morristown because of that flood. And now she's got more family that still lives there that have gotten hit by the flood. She was up there dress shopping with her niece, had lunch in an Applebee's, and by 3 o'clock the Applebee's had been flooded.
Wow.
So
Well, what was that about the dam that failed that it never?
it didn't. They thought it didn't. It was another case where water went over the top of it.
Right.
But they- yeah.
I seen it on Facebook where the water, it's like a waterfall.
Mm-hmm.
It was horrible.
It talks about it in the Bible, that's all I'm
Yes.
gonna
Yeah.
say, it's here,
We're
and
in
the
and
end
we're
of
in it,
times.
yeah. we're in it.
You would have
And-
floods.
But it also says this is the time that all Christians are brought together
Yeah.
and for a cause.
Yeah.
And we know what the cause is now. So we just gotta keep sticking our guns and keep doing what God
Find
asks
the
us to
Lord
do.
while
Yeah.
he can be found.
Yep.
Because,
Yeah.
the floods, who would have thought we'd had a hurricane here in the mountains?
I keep saying
Come
that.
on, if it's gonna get me, it's gonna get anybody.
I
Because
keep
I live
saying
on
that.
top of a mountain.
A flood in East
A
Tennessee.
flood and a hurricane.
Or a hurricane in East Tennessee that causes a flood. A hurricane in East Tennessee.
That's
Do
strong
y'all,
enough to move it under my modular home with 2 creeks going both ways, and my floor's so soft now.
do y'all have any idea how far away from the ocean we are and a hurricane hit us?
And as a science teacher,
Does that
the
sound
amount
crazy?
of water that came through, our area before the flood, when we would have rain, the creeks would run muddy, dark,
Yeah.
chocolate milk, whatever. And I don't know if any of you have paid attention to the color. It's not like that anymore. 6 feet of clay
Right.
has washed away. Now our creeks and streams more reflect that of the Rockies or Alaska, because we're
Yeah.
down back to bedrock again.
Yeah.
I mean, look at all the beautiful
That's-
mountains.
that's a
We're
huge
sitting
force.
here. And here comes a hurricane, man, lifts the creek and brings it to my house. And me running for my life out the door, didn't lock the door, didn't care. The stuff in the house didn't matter. I grabbed my grandbaby, and that's all that matters now. And we left with clothes on our backs. She didn't even have shoes, and I did. She
No, that's how I got smacked with a
Oh, my
banana. I was trying to
God.
measure her foot with my hand, and she whacked me with a banana.
We had to sit in that shelter for almost a month.
Yeah. That story, though, that really caught people's attention. And there is a photo on our interviews with the survivors video, and that's one of the ones I'm going to tag in here. That little girl, that's the banana
That's
babe.
my world.
Yeah.
Me
So
and her,
she.
that's how we got is each other. I'm a widow, and I've been a widow 20-some years. I'm done with marriage. People that do don't work for me, they die on me. I just, I do. Well, I've lost two. I'm trying to lighten it, but I've been hurt enough, and I won't go out there no more. I just don't want my marriage. And it's just me and my granddaughter, so.
One of my daughters
What?
said, I'm young, I need to just buy a couple plots there beside where I got that one and just go ahead and plan on stringing them out because I'm so young.
Oh, gosh.
You only want to do that so many times, I understand.
When you only got so many seconds to go, and you're seeing the water raise like Noah's Ark, and it come in between the garage and the house, the heck with the world, where's my kid? And she was laying there sleeping. I jerked her up, and it was pouring rain, it was so cold, beating us, in her clothes, and then she was tearing my hair out by the roots, because she was freaking out, she
Yeah.
got scared. And I was trying to get her in the car seat, and here come the law, my truck got totaled. It was a nightmare, but we survived.
Right.
And a lot of people did.
All that stuff can be replaced.
I can replace what I've
Not
lost,
the
God
good
look
people
out
that
for
are
me.
watching, because like this morning, I was back on the phone with FEMA, my FEMA delinquent.
Yeah.
You're wasting your time.
And it's, I had to get an estimate to replace the septic, the springs, the water, all that, because that all got destroyed. So I had somebody come out and give me an estimate. I turned that in a month and a half ago.
I've been waiting for months.
And still, just like I said, filling out the applications, pushing that pencil, making the phone calls. I was on the phone with them this morning. Is there anything else I need to do? So, this person will tell you no, but now the next person you talk to is going to tell you that you have to do something else. And I'm a person that has resources at my fingertips. And I can go to the school and print something out, or I can use a computer. We still have people that don't have access to internet.
Yes.
We have people that don't have access to landline telephones, and if you've lived here all of your life and know, half of the county doesn't get cell phone reception. So how are people supposed to access this? I mean, it's been a struggle, and a different me would have given up a long time ago. But this me, I'm not going to give up. I'll keep pushing those papers and pushing the pencil and making the phone calls just because I can. And the principle of it.
There's some that can't.
And there's so many that can't.
I
There's so
ran
many
into
that
one the
can't.
other day that has never had a toilet, has never had running water. They bucketed all their water all their lives.
All their lives.
And they're living in a place that I wouldn't say is exactly healthy, but that's the way they've always been.
Yeah, that's the way it
But
is.
when we started telling them, well, we're gonna fix you up a little place, we're gonna do something, it's like, really? Why would you do that?
Yeah.
And it's because God lays on your heart that it's time to do something, and it's time to step out further than you've ever stepped out before. So that's just what I've done. Between having a stroke and wanting to put stents in, I've never stopped since the day started. I mean, since the storm started. I had a stroke 2 weeks before the storm, so. But God brought it all back, and He said,
Yeah,
go.
you never know it
And
now.
when He says go, you better go.
That,
So
you know, that's kind of the way I was. I was sitting there, and I'm a widow. I guess y'all know that. And my husband passed, it's been over 3.5 years now. And, you know, I was going through it, and I was fine, and I continued on with a smile on my face, because that's what you do. And then this happened, and God said, go. And I jumped in and didn't know where I was going and didn't know how to swim, but
You got there.
yeah.
I mean, I mean, I believe that's the ones that God uses, is the one that you least expect, the one
You get 'em.
that is sitting back and all he's doing. And a preacher told me a long time ago when I found the Lord that it's not your ability that God is looking for, it's your availability. So, you know, whatever availability you have, once you move towards God in that respect and say, God, here I am, I'm available, it's like all of a sudden he starts saying, okay, I got this. And he gets the credit. That's the neat part.
Yeah.
I don't have to have the credit. Listen, I've lived 72 years, I don't need the credit. I mean,
No.
what I need is to make sure these people are taken care of. So that's what I look at. That's what I look at
Yeah,
every day.
when you see hope come back into people's eyes, that's why you're doing it. And that's
makes it
why,
worthwhile.
oh, yeah.
They just want to cry. They're so humbled by it. 'Cause
Mm-hmm.
they just at where it's low is what you can go. And I can say we can't go lower we can die, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the feeling you get when something like this happens to you. You're as low as you can go, and you don't know what you're gonna do. All you can do is pray.
Yep.
That's all you can do, and trust that He'll bring you through it. That's it.
And the thing that we understand, that Bill and I understand, and the thing that a lot of the people who are watching this understand is that the way God gets people through it, the way God helps people, is He uses His people to show His love. And that's what's happening. And so many people have been showing up here and just saying, God sent me here. I'm here to help, and God sent me here. Yeah. At the second trip up here, I think there was 2 men out working in your yard and from Pennsylvania, and they said,
down here, because
Yeah.
they was getting that creek more away from my house, turning it, and they said, we passed your house, and he looked, and he said, God sent us down here. I mean, I just looked at him, but I made sure I kept busy. I'd bring them out hot coffee. I would brew them coffee, make sure they had cream and sugar and all that stuff, because they worked so hard, and they came through Pennsylvania.
Yeah, and Kim and Tori that brought the camper up, our first camper, brought it up to Kim. And there's videos of all that stuff, y'all. We can,
We formed a wonderful relationship.
Yeah.
It's just through text, but it's keeping up with each other.
yeah,
I know her since you come to the shelter and found me.
yeah. And it just, yeah, and the friendships and
Yes,
that
it
have been, yeah. And these are connections and bonds that are going to last. But they said that God wanted them to bring that camper, and they had trouble, blown out tires. Took them 2 days to get it up here, and they would not take any kind of help because I knew that was expensive. They were incurring that they hadn't planned on, and they said, "No, God wants us to do this no matter what it takes," and that's what they did. They did it no matter what it took.
And they also went on to help several of the families through school.
Yeah.
Just out of the kindness of their hearts, that the children that had needs at my school, they helped, I think, three other families at Christmas, and it was so wonderful. Just kind, sweet, kind people.
Mhm.
And I know, I always want to say, gosh, this has been the worst year of my life. A lot of loss. But in hindsight, I guess it's been one of the best years of my life because I've got to see the good in humanity again. I had a year with my mom that I may not have had intention-wise. I have met such amazing people, and like you just said, growing up here, we know that there are families and people that didn't have running water, or maybe not so great living situations even before the flood. But it's brought us to the realization of the true needs of our county and our community. And I think it's brought us together as a community as a whole, not just about the flood, but we have kind of grown apart as a community. We used to be very, very close, and it's brought us back
Yes.
together, I think. Strangers are all now neighbors once again.
Honey,
And
we
it's
just love
definitely the Lord
everybody.
working.
We
Yeah.
just love everybody though.
But,
It's neat.
and the help of others, the kindness. We want to watch TV and say the world's not a kind place, or our country is not a kind place at times. But look at all the love and
Mm-hmm.
generosity from all around.
They
our
put
country.
all that aside when this happened. Because I was in that shelter almost a month. Not one time did I hear anything political. We could care less about politics. But there was no election was getting ready to come up. Nobody talked about it. We didn't care.
No.
We was sitting over, I mean, only thing we could do was pray, and then this church provided us with everything we needed. That's why I was thinking the
Coming back to
pastor.
the church and the community and taking care of one another.
Yeah.
instead of depending upon each other.
Well, the things that I'm really starting to see is not the things that we've been praying for, but the things that we did not count on. In other words, there was a video that went out, it was called Demolition Day. The first one I was ever in my life. And the guy put it out there, and they saw the trees laying across the mountain, you know, where tornadoes had gone through and other things spun off from the hurricane. And the first thing that happened, a guy calls me from Tacoma, Washington, and he said, I woke up 3 o'clock in the morning remembering that video. And he said, I remember those trees. And he said, the first thing that struck me is my son of 23 had passed away. And he said he had a rare form of blood cancer, and he's passed away. He has 2 kids and a wife. And he said his son told him that he's supposed to go out and buy me a sawmill. And I called him. I said, I'm not a sawmiller. He said, well, you're about to become one. And he shipped me a full-size,
Wow.
on wheels, a sawmill that I
Yes.
can take to different locations and people who need boards to rebuild sheds or
Barns
And I turned
or-
around and told him, I said, you know, the need was there. I'd never paid attention to it, but look at all the barns that are gone.
Yeah.
Well, my
Washed down
garage,
to
you know, the
lake.
side, and
Yeah.
now the another piece actually was out there flapping after his last episode, the last few days. Now it's tore more off, and I just look at it and I go by in the days. You know.
But God's brought me now a sawmill that we can cut the lumber and we're gonna build barns back for people after we get people in homes.
Yes.
Right,
Yeah.
One of the
right.
things
But-
my son said, Mom, we need a portable sawmill because we can't get up in here with the trees. He said, I
Right.
need to be able to saw these trees right here just to be able to get them out,
Right.
you know, and it's so true. They're in such destruction, like with the trees, you can't even get, they're so big that
Right.
you can't get in to get them out to use the wood, or kind of have to do it on the spot as to where they are, and there's plenty of them. That's
Yeah, there are places literally where it's just flattened. I mean, it's
Well, I had
wiped.
a barn,
Every
my
tree on the
chicken-
hill's wiped out.
Small chicken barn, you know, it was nice. Just, I hadn't built it wrong, and my chicken, they drowned it. You know, and the shed, it drowned it because it took my shed on down. It leveled my place. It looks like a bomb went off.
Yeah.
But my chickens, and that hurt me when I seen my building now. Because you know, they had their little roost and their nest boxes. And that's stuff that hurts, you know? And I know it sounds stupid, but I was thinking about them drowned and, you know, when they know they're gonna die, they went as high as they can in their house, the perch, and that bothered me a lot. But,
Yeah.
you guys,
God has a funny way of getting our attention.
yeah.
I think
Yeah,
he's
that's-
got it.
He's
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, he's got mine.
if I don't go to work, they're gonna fire me.
Yes.
Yeah, you,
My girls.
we appreciate your time, and we appreciate all the information,
Thank
and
you for everything you're doing.
we'll
awesome.
see you next Tuesday. Might see you tomorrow. If you need some help, call me and I can run over there. It's only about 45 minutes from my house where that camper is, so that one's closer to me than it is to you.
Okay.
And I'll run over and give you a hand and try to bring some help if you need help.
Okay. All right. We will definitely check in.
I'll
Thank
be
y'all.
seeing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna see y'all of you.
Yeah.
Hey, we're in this
We're
together.
in this together.
Well, you got me right there on
I
my
got you
water.
on top, right? But we moved.
I need some water, people. I've
I
got a
love
little
putting
shack
people
when
on
I'm
the
desperate.
radar.
Now,
Once
they
go
do
on the
have,
radar, then I don't back off.
Right.
she can come down here and take a shower, right?
Huh?
Don't, you have showers available down here,
Yeah,
right?
there's
Yeah.
showers
See,
in
I
there.
didn't know
But
Yeah.
that until the
I'm
preacher.
trying to get a unit brought here.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's any left in Florida, but a lot of them, we had shower units with the Baptists on Mission and with North Carolina, and then Southern Baptists had them too in Georgia. And they have shower units and, shower units and.
Laundry, yeah.
The Southern
Oh, that
Baptist
would be
unit
great.
was in Damascus, the shower unit. I seen it.
Yeah, well, they have several, I mean, they're all
Yeah.
over.
Yeah.
But do
So
they
we-
have hot water over at the church? Cause when I stayed
Yeah,
over
they
there,
do.
we had cold water.
No,
Like the
it's-
shower.
Yeah, it's good over here.
Okay, 'cause
And
they
then-
had
And
this-
then, over at our church, at New Beginnings.
That,
oh, no,
over
yeah,
where I
over here.
stayed.
New Beginnings, we've got 130 guys coming in to build us a new church in the next month or two, so. I've got to set up showers for them, so hopefully they'll bring me a unit. If they do, I'll bring it on over here after we're done. Cause they're only gonna be here like a month, so.
My church washed away, out here.
Yeah.
Anyhow,
Antioch.
yeah.
We,
I seen it go into the mountain. Next time I got a clip on Facebook, it done went on. So
I had some
they're
boys-
gonna rebuild too.
I had boys from Canada, and they had dug out ready to put the culvert in, and I couldn't find the preacher. And somebody said, well, how are you gonna meet your preacher? I said, I don't know, I don't even know his name. And I said, but just wait about 10 minutes here and watch and see what happens. And I swear to you, in less than 10 minutes, a woman walked by and she goes, well, wait a minute, I know right where they're at, they're in a meeting. And he said, my girlfriend keeps her phone on. And she called him, and the preacher brought me the culvert, and we put the culverts in.
Well, I just-
Get ready to go on the property and work on it, so. Yeah, God works it out even when we don't have the number.
True.
Jeremiah 3:33, it's God's number.
give it to us. Give it Jeremiah 3:33.
Jeremiah 3:33. It's how God talks to us. It's his telephone number.
I'm gonna remember that.
It is
Jeremiah, it's all threes, chapter 3, 33.
3:33.
It's easy to remember.
Easy to remember.
All
but
threes.
It's God's phone number.
I'm gonna go home and look that up.
I keep that there, it's all.
I'm going to.
It's in there.
I know.
Thank you, Bill. All right, well, I know you gotta get back to your girls.
My girls are home. One has the flu.
It is going around.
Yes, so
Done had it.
we're quarantined.
No.
We're quarantined.
I've had, my youngest has had it, and her daughter, and my son-in-law, my oldest son-in-law got it, and I mean, everybody's getting it.
Yes. Thank you for everything, and thank your viewers for everything.
Yeah.
For us, there's not enough thank yous in the world.
Well, what do you and the girls still need? I mean,
We're okay. We're painting, and
said,
unfortunately, my mom is a
oh.
smoker. So we're redo it. We have been kind of having to redo, and we got a new couch, so it doesn't
Well,
smell like
that's-
smoke. And the girls have their bedroom suits, so that's all great. So we're just kind of trying to make it home, just trying to make it our home. And
So,
any like kitchen stuff, just anything.
okay, I do have a little kitchen stuff, not a whole lot, but I have a little stuff that I'm gonna bring. I couldn't get it. The bed of my truck has water in it from all the rain, and
Like I had, the stuff you need, that stuff that you collect every time, like, a vegetable peeler. I went to look, I'm like, I don't have that.
yeah.
But, of course I have my mom's stuff too.
Yeah.
But, we're just anything little, we're just making it home. We're just making it our home.
I had a lady who sells Tupperware, and she said they give her incentives, and she sent boxes and boxes and boxes. And I have not distributed any of that yet. She's gonna call me and but I have been bringing truckloads every time I come and van loads, and I can't get my van up here right now because the weather's so stinking bad. And then I found out I was driving that van back and forth up here for a month with no tail lights. And I cannot tell you how many state troopers I must have passed, and not one of them stopped me to tell me I didn't have tail lights. So, but I got that fixed, but the weather is just too bad to drive a van right now.
And Michael and Summer, my son and daughter-in-law, they are in the camper still.
So you're still using it and
Still using the camper, and hopefully once we get the water situation straightened out.
they will be taking it back
they're
over
gonna
to the
take
property.
camper over to the property.
Yeah.
Back, kind of where we started.
Well, good.
But, I can't thank everybody enough for everything you've done.
Well, I'm hoping Kim and Tori are gonna get up here sometime next month, and
Yes.
maybe we can all get together and,
Yes, and I have kind of scheduled like a little outing for the girls their way, so for the summer, and I hope you
Oh.
guys get to see them.
oh,
too.
that'll be nice.
Yes.
That'll be nice. And Miss Stella, I know you got a baby to get back to, and we gotta go get Miss Stella some water, y'all. So, I'm gonna get off of here unless there's something, Alex, that people wanna ask.
Mostly just asking what they need. I told them we're going to put it in the description. Red also said to give Banana Baby a hug and a donut from him.
Okay.
I will.
All right, I'll get donuts and water. Send them. I thought the donuts were for me. Okay.
Something else. Let me look back on my messages. Oh, I think Brian Jones might have found you. He was asking which church you were at because he was, in that area.
Oh, I do. He ain't come in yet if he found me. Do I need to run? But no, we're at First Christian Church in Mountain City, and if you want to help up here, this is the church to contact, because Dwayne is kind of over the rebuild stuff, and Bill, who was with us here, he's his right-hand man, and Dwayne's out looking at houses, and he said he was going to a 100-year-old's birthday party, so he's not here right now. Beth came in and said he was headed back, but we got to go get water and stuff, so we're going to have to get off of here. Thank you all so very, very much for being with us. Alex, well, I can pull it up, I guess. I was going to pull up Jeremiah 3:33 because I can't quote it. I was trying to get Bill to.
That's easy to remember.
Are you pulling it up, Kim? Or it was was it 33:3 or 3? Yeah, 33:3.
Yeah, chapter 3:33.
Okay. Call to me and I will answer you. I will tell you great and hidden things that you have not known. Jeremiah 33:3. And Bill says that's God's phone number. So we're gonna leave y'all with that. Thank you so much for all of your help. You did get another home today. Bill's going to get it in the morning before the storm hits. And we're going to get Miss Stella some water. God bless you all. And until next time, remember to put God first. Well, if I can get us off